Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are live. Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. And really, I wanted to go live with most of this information yesterday. I wanted to do a live show yesterday on most of this information. I do have a lot of new stuff to talk about with y'all today. Well, when I say new, I mean like, let's say following along some of the previous threads we were pulling on earlier. I did see there were over 300 people waiting in the chat, but there's 60 likes somehow. So, I mean, girl, can we get some likes? Can we get some likes? Thank you very much. Um, is it just BAM franchisees and corporate in my chat right now or what? Is that what's going on? Thank you, thank you. Okay, hi, hello. So, like I said, I wanted to go live on this yesterday. I did. But I had other things to attend to. I did go to an in-person protest. Oh my God, I was in the car for like 6 hours yesterday. Supposedly it was only supposed to be like 2 hours both ways, but then I chose to go into and out of New York at some of the most inopportune times. I was over there at the Long Island audit protest that he had over there was really great, and I tried to go live from there, but I'll just say my conspiracy theory is that the police over there blocked my Wi-Fi or something. Because as soon as I went live, the Wi-Fi like stopped knowing how to act. So I do have some vlog footage that I just recorded, and I will be putting that up probably on my other channel, That Surprise Witness. And let's see, get to a couple questions here. Was there a criminal hearing yesterday? No. No, there was not. And I have covered this a few times in a few different videos here. There was supposed to be one that was going to be in the state of Utah versus Benjamin Paul Schneider case under Judge Thomas Lowe. This is the one that we listened to some audio from. I had a little video come out yesterday from May 20th and April 8th or something like that. We watched the what's it called? The audio. We listened to the audio from those hearings, and that was the same case. So that one was supposed to be on yesterday, but the hearing from that was pushed off, was continued, as it were, because the lawyers representing Ben in the case have a trial going on already this week in St. George, Utah. So they were not available to attend this hearing. And so as a result, it was pushed off. That was the state of Utah versus Benjamin Paul Schneider. That is not the only hearing this week that was supposed to happen, but it didn't. The other one, of course, was on June 30th. That was really supposed to be a big one. And that was going to be in the Utah court as well. But this one was not for criminal. This one was for civil, the whole RICO thing. And that one was also pushed off, as y'all most likely know, because it was removed to federal court. And now that is popping off in the federal court. So there was no longer the need for a hearing in the state court. I did check the docket this morning for the federal court case, and there is nothing new filed, except there is one thing. So let me change it. It wasn't that there was nothing new filed. There was nothing, in my opinion, substantive filed as of yet. There was something filed, and it was by that Gregory C. Belmont guy. And y'all, I mean, I don't know this guy's intentions really, or what he's really trying to do. Maybe he has good intentions, but I can't bring myself to get all invested in the Gregory C. Belmont storyline. I can hardly read the stuff as it is. I'm kind of like allergic to like the AI, like prose, and that's what the file, like reading that type of writing in a court filing, just like, I don't know, there's some dissonance or something with it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, he did file something, but it's kind of more of the same. It's like a motion to narrow something. Oh my gosh, my little Mandalorian cruiser broke. Or not broke, but, came disassembled. Hold on. Simply won't be able to move forward. Ah, there we go. Okay. I did have it like right here. So it could be like, I guess it would be better if it was facing this way, but I didn't want him to be like shooting at Hello Kitty, and also the Grogu is on that side. See the little baby right there. But see what I mean? I'm too rough, so it'll sit over there. Okay. I'm in St. George. Where do I go to protest? Don't, no, 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 no. two, two different situations going on. There was a protest yesterday having nothing to do with the bricks and the Minifigs case. However, I do have an exclusive announcement. Sean Paul Reyes from Long Island Audit has told me he plans, don't hold him to this. He reserved the right to change his mind. But he said he plans on making his way over there to American Fork to do an audit. I don't know when. He don't know when. He has a lot of stuff going on his own right now, like his own court cases and stuff. He often gets similarly targeted by police departments when all he's trying to do is hold people accountable as well. He's very even-tempered. He never becomes violent. He never, to my memory, even curses. Like, he's very calm and for the most part very respectful. And so I know I need some sticky tack. Okay, anyway. So I was just reading some of y'all's comments. So I wanted to cover some of this new stuff or the new findings that I personally made. I don't know, maybe other people talked about it before, maybe they didn't. It's all public, so I don't know how new it can really be, but I ended up going to a protest yesterday. Now, oh yeah, so the guy who said I live in St. George, or the lady or whoever said I live in St. George, where to go protest, is no protest in St. George. It's Ben's lawyers in St. George. They have a case going on this week, and that's why they couldn't make it to court yesterday. So they pushed it off. That hearing is now going to be on August 12th, just in case y'all are wondering. It'll be on August 12th. So next month, and it's only the 2nd today, so like a whole full month and almost a half. Okay. Yeah, right, exactly. Was that a threat? Nope. Because he does not do anything violent, unlawful, even really honestly rude. He doesn't even do anything rude. Okay, so those things. Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about Joshua Johnson. We need to dip our toes collectively back into the waters of Josh Fortress Law or Fortune Law and Fortress Management. We need to talk about that guy Art McComber. But also, I found a fresh new. I mean, look, it shouldn't even be breaking news. It shouldn't be that exciting at this point. It shouldn't even be that. Certainly shouldn't be surprising at all in the least. But I found a fresh new possible lie. I'll say discrepancy. Fresh new discrepancy in the case. I'm going to say lie, but, I just mean discrepancy, and it has to do with Joshua Johnson, and specifically one of the questions that we have been asking over and over on this channel amongst ourselves. What exactly even is or ever was Josh Johnson? All his different hats, so to speak, all his different roles within the company, without the company. First, he works for corporate as an employee, but then he also is able to convert these stores and then own the stores. So that kind of is like a conflict of interest. We also found possible material omissions on Josh Johnson's part, or whoever filled out, I guess it would have been Ammon McNeff's part, whoever filled out the 2025, and it was signed in 2026. So I think that's why people call it the 2026 franchise disclosure statement. There are certain documents, forms, and information that has to be on file with specific states that require it for franchises to operate within their states. So it isn't necessarily like a federal thing. It's like Wisconsin, for example, is one of these states where if you have a franchise and you have franchise locations operating within the bounds of that state, then the state has their own statutes, their own requirements, and the state will be like, you have to file certain information. Now, really big on top of the thing, it's like if anything is not really big, I guess the same size as everything else, but very clearly in black and white, at the beginning of the franchise disclosure statement, it says any material omissions, misstatements, etc., could result in fines, could result in trouble for you. So we've talked before about a certain discrepancy that I've wondered, is that a material omission in the past? And just to remind y'all, that was where the franchise store location owners, the franchisees, the ones who own the independent individual little stores, their names would be listed on the document, on this franchise disclosure document. And on that franchise disclosure document, the owner, the franchisee for the store in Kaiser, aka Salem, Oregon, is listed. This is off my memory. Okay, I will pull up that statement later and we can fact check this, but this is from my memory. The Salem Kaiser store, which is the one that Crystal Law used to own, and Brian Mansell's Lego collection was put in there and all that, and apparently maybe some of it is even still there. But the owner of that franchise location in the FDD, the Franchise Disclosure Statement of 2025, which was signed only a few months ago and submitted, is Brandon Best. Now, also the owner of the franchisee owner of the Eugene, Oregon store, that one was also listed as the owner being Brandon Best. Interestingly, we found this out already before, but interestingly, definitely to me, it didn't list Joshua Aaron Johnson at all. This was curious because Joshua Johnson, or Josh Johnson, was listed several other places elsewhere in that FDD. But when it came time to disclose who owned the Salem, Oregon and Eugene, Oregon stores, Joshua Johnson's name was nowhere to be found. However, all throughout the Reckless Ben story, which for all relevant parts pretty much all took place in 2025. This is the relevant year of that specific submission of the FDD, the franchise disclosure FDD document or whatever. All throughout, here, there, and everywhere, you got Joshua Johnson's name listed. But when it comes time to actually name the franchise owners, even though throughout the whole year of 2025, at least, actually, no, I do be getting my years mixed up, especially because this document was for 2025. So for all relevant parts of 2025, starting, I think, at least when did they take over the store? November 2024, right? I'm going through the timeline in my head. Okay, so Crystal Law gets kicked out, hostile takeovered, for lack of a better, for lack of a better word. I don't know if that's a legal designation or not, okay? Innocent until proven guilty. November 14th, 2024 is when Crystal, this is my memory, got kicked out of her store. March 2025 or so is when everyone agrees. By that point, March 2025, by that point, Brandon and Josh were the owners of the store. They ended up shutting down the store at some point. But for the most of 2025, Brandon and Josh were the owners of the store. So my question, before was, why wasn't that listed? That Joshua Johnson owned the store. He was telling the cops earlier even this year that he was an owner of that store. So in March, he's saying he co-owned the store with Brandon Best. He called him his partner. But in April, when the form got filled out this year and sent in, Joshua Johnson was nowhere to be found. So that was one kind of discrepancy that I'm like, is that a material omission? I found something that's possibly another one. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. We also spoke about whether or not Joshua Johnson is dabbling in the unauthorized practice of law. This is something that is particularly relevant because Legally Mine, the company that Josh used to work for, has already been penalized in the state of Ohio for the unauthorized practice of law. However, huge caveat here, just to be completely clear. Josh claims he hasn't worked for Legally Mine in years. And that brings us around to, I think, the first order of business that I want to get to today, the first news I want to cover today, and that is Legally Mine has made a statement about this whole situation. So before we get to unauthorized practice of law and all of that stuff. Let's circle back around, all right, to legally mine. What do we know about legally mine? Let me actually pull up the web, the map, just to kind of reorient, reacquaint, remind. Okay. So this blue square here, or rectangle rather, is legally mine. All right. Who's in there? And me? Oh, okay, I see. Because I'm on my phone. Hold on. I'm like logged in on my phone to this Freeform app, and it is covering up some of the important. Okay, got it. Okay. Y'all, one of the things I want to talk about today is also the PR campaign that's in full swing. I have reason to believe, and I'm going to show you all the reasons. You know, this is my opinion. What do I know? What do I know? It's not like legally mine and them are, you know, Ammon and them are calling me up to run PR for them, and they're not telling me their strategies. So, I mean, take this with a grain of salt. It is just my opinion, just my belief. But I think that the PR campaign is in full force and effect. I think they have armies of online, whether it be bots, maybe it's real people, maybe they sent out a text in the group chat for the young men's group. Girl, I don't know. Maybe they put it on the bulletin boards at BYU. It could be bots. But I've noticed it immensely the last couple weeks, especially relating to things like on the Reddit, because Reddit is really easy to infiltrate with bots. But like, you'll see comments that just make no sense, and they're actually not addressing any substantive point at all. It's just kind of like an ad hominem attack. Put a one in the chat if you know what an ad hominem attack is. Like, you attack the person instead of their argument. There's also like red herring and straw man, and like red herring is kind of like, look over there. Look over there. Don't pay attention to the facts. Don't pay attention to what people are talking about. Pay attention to this thing. Can I interest you in this thing? And so you'll get like Chris M. Bricker 1765 will say things like, are y'all done crushing on Ben? Excuse me. I have no need to crush on Ben. All due respect, that's not my type. I'm gonna keep any further comments to myself because it's gonna come out as very disrespectful. Ben might be like you know, my cousin or something down the line or something. He might be, who knows, my brother in the celestial kingdom or something. But like, who over here ever said anything? All I have ever said is, ugh, I wish he would not be prancing around in front of the bricks and the minifigs with his drawers on. I've said that. Ugh, I wish he wouldn't do that. I wish he put some clothes on. But you have like these like weird, like, who in the hell is like, have you paid attention to a single second? Have you paid attention to a single? I got another comment like this earlier, and it was like, oh, okay, it's a bot. It's a bot. Someone commented, you possess a stunning combination of ignorance and confidence. Shock me. Say something intelligent. It's like, I don't care if you like my delivery. I don't care if you like how I talk. I don't care if you like this, that, and the other thing. You don't like my Hello Kitty. You don't like the girly. You don't like the this, that. That's, you know, that's all. That's fine. But even my biggest haters have to admit I'm intelligent. They just have to. And so it's like, oh, so you've never watched a single one of my damn videos. You're just over here in my comment section saying, shock me, say something intelligent. Like, even just sounds like something a bot would write. Quote, you possess a stunning combination of ignorance and confidence. Shock me, say something intelligent. Baby boy, at least 60% of the stuff comes out my mouth is intelligent. At least. I mean, could be 90. But like, I just said, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Where'd you go to law school? I need to check on whether your opinion on my intelligence matters real quick. Because this is like a legal commentary channel. I'm mostly talking about lawsuits, litigation, business filings. I was a corporate lawyer at a huge law firm in Manhattan. So, like, there's not actually truly, like, I'm not even tooting my own horn here. Okay. It's the objective reality that there are very few individuals in the entire world who are as intelligent as I am in this matter. Like, in the reading, understanding, analyzing. And I went to law school before GPT and AI existed. I had to just use brain and internet. So it's like, okay, so there's bots. Got it. So there's bots. So a full-grown man playing in front of a store in their underwear. It says a lot about Lego community worldwide. This is staggering because it's so obvious this person doesn't watch my videos. It's like, okay, if you don't watch my videos, then why are you over here simping for Bricks and Minifigs? Why are you over here insulting me if you don't even watch my videos? Because you're a paid bot. You're probably paid. Or you're probably Ammon McNeff or some shit. That, I mean, like, it. If this person doesn't watch my, that is the one thing that I actually have criticized. I wish he wouldn't be walking around in his drawers in front of the store. And then what do I say after that? But he can, I guess, if he wants to. He's grown. I ain't his mama. What the is a Lego community, by the way? Not everything is a community. Y'all understand that, like, some people could just like something and they don't have to be in a community, right? Why does everything have to be lumped in as if it's like a big cult? I have to put a scrolling banner. Look, right there. Please refrain from political partisanship in the chat. Because as soon as somebody sees or beholds something, they want to put it in a category. They want to put it in a category so that they can limit its boundaries, so they can squeeze it in. You're not a real Republican. You're not a real Lego fan. You're not really in the Lego community, bitch. No, the fuck I'm not. And I don't want to be in nobody's community. I want to be in the Lord's army, and I want everybody else to leave me the hell alone. I am not in any community. And y'all should honestly think very long and hard about it if you should be in a community of any sort, because then that a community is another way to limit you, to bind you, to hinder your expansion. It's a way to push you into a box, a shape, a brick, as it were. Just things to think about. Okay, anyway, fuck that bot. Thanks so much, Big Crunch, for the $4.99. I actually had to work yesterday. Thanks for taking the day off. I'm building a Lego Josh Johnson porch scene. Oh my God. I cannot wait to see it. And if that thing has shoes on, you're kicked off the channel. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for the $4.99. Thank you, CC, for the $5. Stick an American fork in them. They are done. Right. Okay, so McBricker is McComer's cousin. Thank you to Drax for the $5. Love your content. Didn't know you could spit bars. I can do anything that I put in my mind. The community has nothing to do with me, and that's exactly what I just said. London Dave. I agree, Hanji. Bahut Badia. 100%. And I don't want nothing to do with them either. Bye. Okay. The freeform's coming along. So the blue rectangle is... Oh. The bot's done broke into my web. The blue rectangle is Legally Mine LLC. And these are some of the players involved. Okay, I want you to look with your eyes and behold the players involved in Legally Mine. All right, so let's see. Just take a look. Can you recognize any? We're starting with Daddy McNeff. That is the father of the Bricks and Minifigs CEO and the father of the Bricks and Minifigs, I believe, CFO, this guy right here. That's Ammon McNeff, Mr. Mustache. That is his brother, Matt McNeff. We all know Porch Feet Critter. Joshua Aaron Johnson, he is associated or has been in the past associated with the Legally Mine company. And so has Art McComer. Okay, remember Art McComer? You probably already do if you've been following this. Some people may be new. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. This is Art McComer. He used to be in the FBI. He went to BYU. I believe he did his Mormon mission in Germany. He could speak German. And then he got recruited to work at the FBI in part because of his language skills. This is according to his bio. But he used to work at Legally Mine, at least in 2015. There were articles which reported that. Now, there's also this guy. Who is this? Hold on. What's his name? It's over here. Hold on. Dave Gibb. Dave Gibb. Okay. Afraid of Lawsuits, LLC. Okay, so that's the Legally Mine. Okay, now we did speak at length already on the channel about how Legally Mine USA was another name. Vail Corporate was one of the DBAs, the doing business as names. Also, now on the day that on the day that part 1 of Ben's video came out, they were changing the name from Legally Mine to LM Old Co. LLC, and then they started up a new Legally Mine, and that one is related to Centra Wealth Solutions. So it looked like a lawsuit cleanup to me. Now, we did also look into the first owner founder of Legally Mine, this Daniel McNeff, the father of the Bricks and Minifigs owners now. We also talked about recent public social media statements that he had made about actually being the former CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, and then he said that his sons had illegally removed him from it. Look, that's it right there. Today's version of a lynch mob could be YouTube investigators. At one point, 6 years ago, I was the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. My sons illegally removed me from that position and sued me for control of another company I founded. That's Legally Mine. They sued him for control of Legally Mine. I have not had anything to do with Bricks and Minifigs since then. Regardless of this, in the last 10 days, I've been given multiple death threats, which those FOIA requests have been submitted, by the way. And 2 days ago, we saw people viewing our home. Oh, God forbid, the Mormons have somebody viewing their home. Oh, my God, what do you think he would do if someone knocked on the door? Wanting to spread the good word of the Lord or whatever. Oh, my God, they would have freaked out. They would have freaked out. Wait, hold on. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. I'm trying to find somebody's comment. Hold on. Okay. So we did have Dan McNeff admitting he used to be the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs 6 years ago, back, I guess, in about 2020, I guess. He says he was illegally removed from the company, or they tried to be illegally removed from the company by his sons. Okay, fine. So Legally Mine has now issued a press statement, a press release, attempting to distance themselves from Bricks and Minifigs. Even though Dan McNeff said on Facebook last month he used to be the CEO, now Legally Mine has now issued a press release. Let's take a look. Do as we say, not as we do, LLC. Okay. News. They don't put a date on it, so I don't know when it came out. Shout out to the BAM map for bringing this to my attention. We are going to take a look at some discrepancies that the BAM map was able to come up with, which I found to be very interesting. It says, statement regarding Legally Mine on legallymine.com's website. Recently, our organization has received some inquiries about a connection between several prior employees of Legally Mine and the Bricks and the Minifigs organization, which has recently been receiving high attention in social media and the press. We can explicitly confirm that Legally Mine has no involvement, but you notice they don't say investment, has no involvement with Bricks and Minifigs or with the matters being covered in the press. Any past relationships that may have existed with the former employees were ended more than 5 years ago, January 2021. Since that time, there has been no connection, or involvement with Legally Mine or with any of its current owners or employees. So no connection with the current owners, no connection at all. Bricks and Minifigs and Legally Mine are no longer connected. In my opinion, I actually don't have a hard time believing that for the most part. I think it's possible. So two things are possible, right? One thing, and I have seen a lot of people speculating this, one theory is that the separation of Legally Mine and Bricks and Minifigs is a sham. That's one theory that people have. That it was a way to protect the assets. So they're not all under Legally Mine. They have this big fake falling out where they fake sue each other and they fake like they don't get along. Even the divorce, I've seen people say, was a sham divorce between Dan McNeff and his wife, which is the mother and the father of the owners of Bricks and Minifigs now, Ammon and Matt's mom and dad. They got divorced. People have said that was a sham divorce too, to protect the assets. They're obsessed with protecting assets, so they were protecting the assets. That's one possibility. The other possibility, and you're welcome to believe whichever one you want because we really don't know. The other, or another possibility, but in my mind, presumably like the main other possibility, it was a real lawsuit. They really had a falling out. And I can actually see this being possible. It's not like I think one theory is necessarily way better than the other, but I could totally see this, like what it appears is actually what it is. Dan was maybe, according to these allegations, maybe cheating on the mom. Maybe the son, the two sons got upset with it. They took the mom's side. They said, how could you, Dad, cheat on our mom, whatever. Remember, Dan McNeff's own father was brutally murdered or accidentally murdered, homicided. Dan McNeff's own father, Ammon and Matt McNeff's grandfather, was gunned down by his ex-wife's lover. Ammon and Matt McNeff's grandmother watched her baby daddy get shot. And it was her lover that shot him. Now, I think they were already, either divorced or separated or whatever at the time. But I'm just saying, like, these people have dysfunctional relational dynamics. So Dan McNeff would have learned from that. He was on his mission. He didn't bother coming back to go to his daddy's funeral. He's on his mission in Peru. He don't go to his dad's funeral. His dad got gunned down by the mom's lover. So now later on, he has a bad relationship with his wife. What example has he had? This is just this option too, right? Where they're really just dysfunctional. And I could see, Ammon and Matt McNeff, little by little, they were kind of brought on to Legally Mine. It was like all 100% Dan McNeff's. And then he adds on the firstborn, Ammon. And then he adds on the next son, Matt. Ammon had 11%, Matt had 10, or Ammon had 10%, Matt had 9. Ammon had 1 more percent than Matt. But then they all start suing each other. And, one option, like I said, option A always is sitting there. It always is possible. This is all big sham. They're just trying to hide assets. But I'm not talking about that option. I'm talking about the one where it's like, the explanation that's given to us could possibly be somewhat of like what's really going on. Ammon and Matt could have been like, look, we've been sitting over here working, doing your bitch work. We've been sitting over here doing this stupid Legally Mine work. We want to run this company. We could do better. The employees like us better, whatever. I could see a world where Dan McNeff, the control freak, is like, no, this is my company. I'm not going to be stepping down. Like, you remember Succession? Put a 2 in the chat. You ever saw Succession, the show, where it's like the dad is going to step down. Yeah, everybody's expecting him to. But then once the dad sees the sharks circling in the water, he's like, yeah, hold on. Our employees don't even like y'all. Second of all, I still got a lot of years left to live, and I don't want to live long enough to see y'all run my shit into the ground. So Is it possible the kids, like the sons, were just pissed at the dad for supposedly causing the divorce? Could be. A succession is so good. So it could be Dan was going to be stepping down. Ammon and Matt started, taking more matters in their own hands. And then Dan was like, actually, no, I cannot handle giving up control for whatever reason. And then he started to try to pull back some of his power, and he started maybe flexing his, like, I own 79% and all that. Like, and Ammon and Matt were like, Josh, remember Josh worked there too. So is it possible, there was a faction rising up amongst the ranks that were trying to seize control of the company, and meanwhile Dan's like, no, this is mine, legally mine. I think that is possible. I think it is possible. I don't know if it was a sham to protect their money or if it was really what it appears to be. But in any event, Dan McNeff admitted to being the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, and that is not the only connection. There was also the investment of the 450 shares. There was mention in lawsuit filings, which were filed publicly, that Bricks and Minifigs, like millions of dollars or more than $1 million of ownership interest that that Legally Mine had in Bricks and Minifigs. There's UCC statements with David Ortiz, the original owner of Bricks and Minifigs. There's mention of him. So there's a lot of connections that are mentioned in the filings for Bricks and Minifigs and Legally Mine lawsuit with these McNeff versus McNeff lawsuits. And there were many of those too. It wasn't just one. There was a few of them, and arbitration. So again, statement regarding Legally Mine. Recently, our organization has received some inquiries about a connection, well, there's many, between several prior employees of Legally Mine and the Bricks and Minifigs organization, which has recently been receiving high attention in social media and the press. We can explicitly confirm that Legally Mine has no involvement with Bricks and Minifigs or the matters being covered in the press. Any past relationship that may have existed with former employees were ended more than 5 years ago. And the date they cite is January 2021. Since that time, there has been no connection or involvement with Legally Mine or any of its current owners or employees. Okay. So the way that I found out about that press release statement was actually from the update section of the BAM map. I don't have anything to do with the BAM map, like getting made or anything like that. I don't update it myself or anything like that, but I do check it occasionally, periodically, because they do have a really excellent update section. And for example, this, like they brought that to the public's attention, and thankfully I was able to see that there. But they updated that yesterday. So the fact that this was updated yesterday, this right here, this Legally Mine news section of their website, it doesn't say when this was posted. So I don't exactly know when it was posted. It could have been up there for a while, but at least yesterday, the BAM map did update it, and they showed about it. They said anatomy of a non-denial, Legally Mine's statement, fact-checked against the record. It says, after the press attention, Legally Mine posted a public statement distancing itself from Bricks and Minifigs. Here it is in full with each sentence checked against specific, Here it is again, and here it is in full with each sentence checked against a specific public filing. The point is not name calling, it's to show a non-denial being built and handed to you in the document behind every verdict, so you can check it yourself. Okay, so they reiterate what the statement was. We already read it twice. 5 claims here are checked. How many sentences is it? Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences, 5 claims. Okay, so several prior employees of Legally Mine, they say, I'm going to say that's misleading, and I'm going to agree. Some of the stuff you're going to see in here, like, I actually don't count as strongly. Some of the stuff I completely agree. Some of the stuff I think it's even more than they mention here. Of course, this is not intended to be exhaustive. But they say in their statement, Legally Mine, several prior employees of Legally Mine. The sentence here, our organization received some inquiries about a connection between several prior employees of Legally Mine and the Bricks and Minifigs organization. They were employees. Sure. Yes, they were employees. Ammon was an employee. Matt was an employee. Joshua Johnson, yes, was an employee. However, Ammon and Matt McNeff are actually the sons of the founder of Legally Mine. And not only that, they were officers. At least Ammon was. He was the president. He was a president of Legally Mine from documents I saw. Maybe, somebody fact check me if I'm misremembering. But it's like not only the family relation, like they were former officers of the company, former owners of the company. They did not merely work, and they do not merely work at Bricks and Minifigs. They own that too. They run this as a principal. Okay, they run it as principals and named plaintiffs. Calling the founder's own sons prior employees is really the narrowest way to say this, and it still be technically true. It erases the whole shape of the thing. It's one family and the father's asset protection firm and the son's franchise. It's like one family. Next claim, Legally Mine has no involvement with Bricks and Minifigs. However, Legally Mine did pledge 450 shares of the Bricks and Minifigs franchises as collateral. Okay? 450 shares. This came from this Legally Mine UCC lien. David Ortiz and John Masick. These guys are the, oh wait, hold on. I don't want to show their address, but those guys are the two owners, original owners of Bricks and Minifigs. Look at the collateral, 450,000 shares of common stock of BAM Franchising, which at the time was an Oregon corporation. Now the Oregon corporation part, I think, has been converted out to being a Delaware corporation, or actually it went from Oregon to Utah and then Utah to Delaware, if I recall correctly. So there is this UCC. Let me see when it was from, 2020. So this would have expired last year. If you don't renew, well, I think there's like a specific term. It's like reinstating, renew, update, like whatever it is. Like I think it's renew, whatever. If you don't renew these UCC statements, and this is like a showing on the record. What is a UCC, Uniform Commercial Code statement? It is where debtors have the debtors, like creditors, like people, institutions, companies, corporations, whatever, who make a loan or who get collateral in a borrowing situation. It's a way for them to kind of get in line. So it's like letting the public know somebody already has dibs on a certain thing. So like if you mortgage a property, the bank will file a UCC financing statement. Will say like the premises at 123 Main Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that certain corner of this road and that road. So like they're already in line. So if somebody declares bankrupt or if they need to come snatch that house, they have these UCC. There's other ways to do it, but this is just another way to kind of file. And a lot of people were saying, why didn't Brian file UCC financing statements and stuff like that? So you see this coming up a lot, but the purpose. Oh my God, look. Do y'all see the racist bot? Hold on, let me take pictures of this racist bot. Y'all see it in here? It commented the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see him? Wow, real time. I'm glad that happened though, because I'm going to talk about the PR campaign in a little while. Mod 01-Y1F. Yeah. My mom's in here. I think Valhalla's in here. If y'all see the bots, just hiding from the channel. And y'all saw it in real time? Saw it in real time? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Hold on. Let me see. It's lapsed. It's lapsed. So it hasn't been updated. So for that reason, it did expire as far as from what I can tell, unless there is a UCC renewal form or whatever. But there was at least involvement, at least as of 2025. But I think, say, the BAM map is saying that the statement "legally mine has no involvement with bricks and minifigs" is false. I think it could be false, but I think based on the record we do have, it is true. Based on the record we do have, we don't have any renewal, and UCCs do expire after 5 years. They don't go on forever. It doesn't appear as though the UCC statement was updated. It was filed in June 2020. So, oh, sorry, excuse me, not June. Yes. So there is a lapse date actually listed on here. Let me show it to y'all. Oh, y'all, you're already on it. There is a lapse date here, August 11th, 2025. And so if this did indeed lapse, which is what it looks like did happen, then that was last year. That was almost a full year ago. So for that reason, I do think Legally Mine has no involvement with bricks and minifigs. If the only statement to contradict that, or the only evidence to contradict that, is the UCC financing statement, that has lapsed. So I don't think it's false, just based on that. Next statement. Any involvement did end more than 5 years ago. This date is real. Implication is not. January 2021 is not the month an employee quit. This is the month that Ammon and Matt sued their daddy. So the statement takes the single most damaging internal fracture, which is the family lawsuit, and recasts it for the public as a routine separation of staff. I do agree, like, to some extent with this. It is misleading. But it is still, like, true, I guess. That's when they sued him, but they did go back and forth for a while. And when was that letter where they were reassigned? Let me see when that was. Also, don't forget about MediSource. That was March 2020. Okay, so 2021, that does make sense. Okay. All right, so then the next statement to get fact checked is no connection or involvement since that time. Shout out to Sweet Potatoes Yum for being a member for 2 months. American Fork Police Department reality show. No freaking thank you. Okay, the next statement that they fact check here is no connection or involvement since that time. In 2025, 4 years later, so they share a lawyer. Legally Mine and the McNeff sons were both represented by the same lawyer, W.M. Kelly Nash, jointly defending them in a lawsuit and a Legally Mine membership note in one court file. So they did share a lawyer. So it's up to y'all to determine, do you think that's misleading? Is that a connection that they shared a lawyer? And no involvement with the matters being covered in the press. Yeah, I mean, that does seem to be somewhat true. I mean, that's true. I don't see how that's not a true statement. So I do appreciate that fact check. Thanks so much to That Came Out Wrong for gifting 5 channel memberships. If you got one of those memberships, make sure you do say thank you. That's very generous, very nice. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So shout out to the BAM map for updating that. So what I want to do now is, as we move through today's live show, I do want to periodically check the dockets. So I think right now will be a good time to do that. Let's check first the federal docket in the RICO case. This is the one that Bricks and Minifigs filed against Ben, Victor, Brian. It is 12:24 p.m. Eastern on July 2nd. 2026 at the time of this. No. Nothing new except that one guy. Gregory C. Belmont. All right, so let's check out the other two cases, the criminal cases, the dockets. And do y'all also notice that like the bots that come in here, it's always something like a little bit like sexual or sexually harassing. Like it's always like something about like you have a crush on him, you know, whatever, like your fiance or your husband does something gross, nasty, disgusting. Like it's giving fair game tactics if you know you know. Hold on, let's see. C7YNRD. All right. Let's do, I only have $2.20 left. Okay, let's see. Case search, district and justice. Let me show you what I'm doing. No, it's 5 memberships, not 50. Wait, someone really did do 50? I don't see it. Wait, what are people saying? I only see one. Savvy, somebody gave 50 memberships? Is that true? Wait a second. It's not showing up for me. That's crazy. Let me log into this one. Somebody said Savvy Turtle just bought 50 channel memberships. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. That is a lot. Okay, hold on. I'm going in here. It's not showing up for me. The one who bought 5 is. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. If y'all got one of those 50 memberships, wow. Wow. Incredible. I can't even believe that. That is so amazing. Thank you so much. Look at all these new members. Look at all these new members. Member party. Member party. I know. Thank you, Savvy Turtle. Wow. Y'all see the 50? I saw it on when I logged into my app. I saw it when I logged into my app, but on my StreamYard screen, the 5 memberships shows up from that came out wrong. But the 50 did not show up. It was y'all saying like, wow, nice. Y'all alerted me to it. That's incredible. Wow. Thank you to Savvy Turtle. 50 memberships. See, if you're in here in the lives, you might get a free membership from somebody gifting it to you. Okay, let's see. 260. Oh, no, that's the Tony. Let's check that one last. 261 401. I do, while I'm pulling this up, want to let y'all know as well, I have something else to cover at the end. No, nothing new here. Okay, so as far as the state of Utah versus Benjamin Paul Schneider, Thomas Lowe, this is the one where there was supposed to be a hearing yesterday. It got pushed off because Ben's lawyers had a trial already going on. It's now going to be going on. This next hearing is going to be happening on August 12th. Nothing new that I haven't already covered on this channel. The most recent was exactly that, asking to push the hearing off because Ben's lawyers had somewhere else to be in St. George. All right, now let's look for the other case. Any updates? I should just pay my little $10 now in case something pops off. Okay, let's see. This is because it's 20 cents to search, then it's $1 for the document. But I mean, that is good though. Like sometimes you'll be paying way more than $1 for documents. It's like any document is $1. So if it's 1 page, it's $1. If it's 10 pages, it's $1. So that's good. Okay, also nothing new. This is kind of the least active case right here. I do believe this is the one that has disorderly conduct after asked to cease and criminal trespass notice against entry. Um, I believe this is the incident where Ben and Sheldon went to the Bricks and the Minifigs location to the corporate to talk to someone there at corporate, and Ammon comes out and he's never happened, never happened. No, we don't. Nuh-uh, never happened. I think that's that incident. That one does appear to me to be the least active. The least stuff comes up here, but I believe the next hearing on this one is going to be on the 6th. So in 4 days. Let me look up the court calendar. This one you don't have to pay to search. Okay, this is 261. No. Let's go. 261 401094. I'm just looking for the calendars. Oh, nothing found? Two 401 094. Oh, I don't want to do next 30. Well, let's try by party name. Okay. So I searched for Benjamin Schneider. I did not do, his middle name is Paul. We did get a few cases here. Interestingly, the state of Utah one didn't show up. Oh, maybe it's because there's no hearing in the next 30 days. Got it. This is just in the next 30 days. Got it. Okay. So in the next 30 days, the only one that's showing up as having a hearing in the next 30 days is this one right here. This is the one that's like disorderly conduct after being asked to leave and criminal trespass. I believe this is when they went to the Bricks and Minifigs corporate, and that was in December last year. That one has a hearing coming up on the 6th, like I said, 11 a.m. over there, local time, virtual hearing, and there is a WebEx you could go to. I don't know off the top of my head if this is one of the ones that somebody had requested to, the news. Ben does have a lawyer, 2 lawyers, I believe, in this case. Yes, John Williams and Jeremy Delicino. Case number 261000376, 11 a.m. in 4 days. So this will be on the, the 2nd, Thursday, Saturday. That's awesome that the 4th of July is on Saturday this year. I guess maybe not, because some people would be not getting a day off work. So I guess it depends who you are. It's just cool. It's like such a Saturday holiday, and it's the 250th anniversary of America. Happy birthday. Okay, case 261000376 going to be 11 a.m. on, okay, so Saturday's the 4th, Sunday's the 5th, Monday. Going to be Monday, 11 a.m. If we're allowed, check into seeing if we're allowed to restream it. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to do any, okay, Savvy Turtle, finally, membership showed up, the 50 memberships. That was so many memberships, the StreamYard had to calculate or something. It finally showed up. Thank you again for that. That is incredible. Wow. Another 50? He did another 50? No way. Thank you, Amber, here for the $199. Just so y'all know, that's a different Amber than my mom. This is Amber, a different Amber than my mom. Thank you for the $199. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Savvy Turtle didn't end there. It did not end there. He also gave $5 more on top of all that. Thank you so much. Have fun, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Exactly. Thank you so much to Mean Panda for the $10. Let's make this a party day, courtesy of the Savvy Turtle. I still can't believe it. They needed another 50. Wow. Thank you, Julie, for the $1.99 for the court document fund. Thank you. Thank you, Bam Sucks, for becoming a new member. Wow. Okay, so this was, yeah, okay, so these are both misdemeanors, Class A, that's a Class B misdemeanor. It's a Class D misdemeanor. It's a Class D misdemeanor. Okay, got it. Okay, so he has lawyers. There's a WebEx link. If it is allowed to like restream, I'll stream it live and I'll comment on it live. If it's not, then y'all can expect me to go live pretty much immediately afterward. And I will be covering what I saw. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to, re-share something I'm not allowed to share or, whatever. Even though I do have very big issues with that. Like, I do think we should all just be able to watch stuff live. I think every courtroom should have a camera in it, multiple angles, actually. I would be more than happy for my tax dollars to go to that. But nobody asks me. Okay. So those were the updates. As far as, Legally Mine and their press statement, and then a little bit of a fact check. Now, I did want to also take a look at some Facebook posts, okay? Just to keep in mind, how Legally Mine and its affiliates and representatives do seem to advertise it, okay? So this is from 2025. It's a post from some dentist organization, not actually like dentists, but like dentistry. This is like, the conference. So they'll talk about a lot of different things at these summits, business aspects as well. And so it's not just like, oh, look, let's clean your teeth. They also have like Legally Mine showing up and doing summit presentations. Okay. So this one's from last year. A thank you to our silver partner, Legally Mine. Running a dental business comes with a lot of moving parts, and protecting what you've worked so hard to build is one of the most important yet often overlooked pieces. That's where Legally Mine has been a huge help to our DEO members. By providing guidance on asset protection and risk management, they help dental entrepreneurs feel more confident about the future. With the right systems in place, our members can focus on growth, knowing their personal and professional knowing their professional and personal assets are secure. What we appreciate most is Legally Mine's commitment to education and empowerment. At last year's summit, they hosted a lunch and learn that attendees raved about. Practical, eye-opening, and filled with the takeaways they could use right away. Yeah, if you sign up for a plan. We're excited to welcome them back again this year for another session our members won't want to miss. Thank you, Legally Mine, for being part of the DEO community and your dedication to supporting the success and securities of our members. And then look, they have, this lady doing her little presentation. Some tax strategies. FICA tax reduction using an S-Corp salary. IRS Section 280AG renting home. Yeah, where you like rent your home from yourself. Income shifting for college and minors. Licensed professional deduction. Captive insurance plan ownership. R&D tax credits. Using proper asset protection and estate planning can unlock thousands in tax savings. So there they are again. What did I write on my note? Tax strategies. Right. So this is just kind of more of the same. Like, is this legal advice? Does this count as legal advice? There was another weird post I saw. I just wanted to show y'all. What the hell is this? Post from 2012. What in the hell is this post? Is this how we see the legal system today? Lady Justice is really the financial grim reaper in disguise? ? Ooh, I wish I could. Mrs. Tabby is the like. Girl. I mean, I know this is a very, very old Facebook post, but like, what the hell? What is it? What? What is that? It's like a curvy, baddie Grim Reaper. Lady Justice LLC. Is this how we see the legal system today? Lady Justice really the financial Grim Reaper in disguise? Kermit Frog 3420 said part 3 is going to cover Ben's legal fees. You think so? The IRS is triggered. I just thought it was stupid. I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, I'm not saying anything's like illegal about it. It's kind of weird. But it is old. You know, we were all posting weird stuff in 2012, I guess. It's like a baddie. Microsoft Paint LLC. Why she gotta have them hips? I'm just saying. Why they made her, they yassified the Grim Reaper and made her into a girl. Okay, so now, this is what I was trying to say earlier. I kind of got distracted because I was trying to do two things at one time, which God forbid. Okay, so I do want to talk after today's topics about the Legally Mine and the breaks and the Minifigs and all of them. I do want to also talk about something else very serious going on, and that is the CEO of Rock Nation trying to basically like keep trying to bring my name up in court. So I wrote a letter to the judge in that case, and now the Rock Nation CEO done filed it in my letter. So we got to read my letter, and then after that we're gonna hopefully all go together over to the premiere that I have on my other channel, BJ Investigates, about how Jay-Z, the owner of Rock Nation, is a hypocrite. Okay, so that's coming up later in the show, but that'll be a few hours from now. Okay, so the next thing we're doing, I want to circle back around to Joshua Johnson and his, co-partner or whatever, Art McComber. And to do that, I want to bring up the web and remind y'all how these people fit together. It's so hard to keep up. So I have a little visual here. Okay. I don't know why my mom would be calling me in the middle of this live like she knows I'm live. She's in this chat. Okay. Here's my web. And I want to remind y'all, Josh Johnson, remember him? He has represented, or at least allowed others to represent, that he was an exclusive partner of a law firm. Remember that? All that? Hold on one second. Just behold the web for a moment. Oh my God. Hold on. We might have some breaking news. Oh boy. Woo! We might have some breaking news. I might have just received via email the 911 call from Dan McNeff. I might have just received it not from Dan McNeff. It would have been, when's the phone? I was like, why is she freaking calling me? Oh boy. All right. Let's recalibrate. I haven't heard it yet myself. Let's recalibrate for this new breaking news. Is there also body cam? Oh man. Oh man. Shout out to Savvy Turtle again. 100 memberships he bought today. That's insane. I mean, like an amount that's not, you're not insane. I mean, maybe you are, but me too. But I just mean like, whoa, like what? Mind blowing. Okay. We might have just received an email. This is breaking news right now. Let me check my email again. Okay, hold on. Let me just send a behind the scenes administrative email real quick. Hold on. All right. Let's hear this supposed body cam. Excuse me. Let's hear this supposed 911 call. That's a class 2 misdemeanor. Thanks so much for the $9.99 super chat. Lauren, she said, I love when you say that's a misdemeanor. Okay. Let me recalibrate. All right, so here we are on the map. Why are we looking at this? Why are we listening to this 911 call? It's because Dan McNeff claims in the last 10 days, and this was posted, I should have put the date where he posted it, but it was posted like in June. In the last 10 days, he said, I have been given multiple death threats, and 2 days ago, we saw people viewing our home from the hill behind our home with binoculars, and they shot out a big picture window that will cost thousands to replace. Okay, and I'm like, all right, well, if that's true, I hope y'all called the cops. I just received an email of the apparent supposed 911 call. Let me pull it up. I don't know what this thing's going to say. This is brand new information to me as well. Hold on. So we're going to hear it together. I don't know how loud it's going to be. You might need to cover your ears. I'll turn it to the halfway. Oh, hold on. Might be loud.
And dispatch, how may I help you?
Oops, hold on. All right, here we go.
And dispatch, how may I help you?
Hi. Yes, this is Dan McNeff, MCNEFF. And
Girl, it is 6 minutes, 58 seconds long, this recording. Okay, also, when you receive public records, they're supposed to edit out any, identifying information and anything. If it starts to sound like, they didn't do that, I'm not going to be able to play this live because they're going to try to get my video taken down. I'm going to have to go edit it off camera. But we'll listen to it so far and see.
My sons own Bricks and Minifigs, and they've been embroiled in this big online controversy. Some people looking online have discovered that they're my sons. I haven't had anything really to do with them for 5 years. Not that I didn't want to, but they.
Can somebody tell me what the hell this has to do with why he's calling? Does this sound like a reason to call 911 so far? I'm wondering where's the emergency. I hear no urgency in his voice. Right, he's given the dispatcher the whole saga. What? She said, hello?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I am here. Your phone had cut out for a moment.
What's your emergency?
What's going on today that you need assistance with?
Well, I got a death threat over the weekend, and somebody shot out my window just now.
Okay. What is your address?
It's one.
Look, if this is true, shame on the person who did it. I hope they go to prison. I hope whoever shot out Dan McNeff's window goes to prison. Okay, I'm not saying it didn't happen, and I'm not saying that it's acceptable if it did happen. What I'm saying is this is not how I would expect somebody calling after their window just got shot out of their house to handle this 911 call. Put a 3 in the chat if you agree with me. Put a 4 in the chat if you disagree. Some people do handle things very calmly, I guess. Maybe he's on gabapentin, girl. I don't know. But, I would expect someone just shot out my window. Lynn said, I forgot this was a 911 call. Okay. You know what I'll do? I will make this 911 call available somewhere else, maybe on my website or something. I'll try to get through it somewhat without, stopping and commenting. Maybe actually what I'll do I'll clip this part out. I'll clip this. And you know how I do my little videos where they're like just this part, and I will put the 911 call at the end or the beginning fully with no commentary. So for the purposes of the live, I'm just hearing this for the first time. So I'm going to have to be pausing it. If y'all want, I can go back a little further and we can listen again, too, but I do know people like to just hear stuff. Oh my God, stop pausing it. Well, bitch, why don't you FOIA request some stuff then? You know what I mean? But anyway, I think it's reasonable. When I clip it, I'll also put it, all playing straight through without my comment.
Can you hear
I
me?
am here. Your phone had cut out for a moment. So what's going on today
Okay.
that you need assistance with?
Well,
Well,
I got a death threat over the weekend, and somebody shot out my window just now.
Okay. What is your address?
It's 14832 Vintage View Lane in Draper.
gosh. All right, I don't have to edit that out. They should have edited that out.
And then just repeat that address one more time for
Wait,
verification.
no. I told y'all, this is my first time seeing it, hearing it.
And how long ago did someone drive by and shoot out your window?
Right.
Well, they didn't drive by. They're standing on a trail. My house up is.
What? Yeah, it is public info anyway, but I just know how they will try to attack people for sharing public info. Okay. Instead of calling, oh my God, someone's standing on the trail right now with a gun. They just shot at my window. Hi, my name is Dan McNeff. My sons own the bricks and the minifigs. Okay, how long ago did someone come by and shoot out your window? Oh, well, they're just standing now on the trail. Sir.
The Bonneville Shoreline Trail goes up past my house.
Can you see the person from your house?
Can you see them?
Not now. They've gone, but we could see them, yeah.
And how long ago did you see them up on the trail?
It's been a half hour.
Girl. I'll just say this. None of this, how Dan is handling this situation, is how I would handle it. And I'll leave it at that.
I've been on hold for 25 minutes.
In your home that is in
Oh, that explains. He's been on hold with 911 for 25 minutes? Okay. If he's been on hold for 25 minutes, he didn't wait a half hour. So that makes sense. So maybe it was like he saw about a half hour ago they were on the trail and he's been on hold for 25 minutes.
No, nobody's injured. There's no injuries. Not an emergency. People
Maybe it is a non-emergency.
just felt like I needed to call and report it. And I guess there's some concern. I have my wife. I have some kids and grandkids here. I don't know what to do.
We're going to send an officer to your residence. Dan, what is your phone number?
Okay, they blurred this out, thankfully. Just so y'all know, Dan, the reason I was even able to make this request is because Dan McNeff's property ownership information is already a public record. I didn't have to pay money. It was just publicly listed. This is, this has been going on for very many years. It's very strange. Like, there used to be phone books, yellow pages, white pages, whatever. Like, you would receive to your door each year a book full of people's addresses and names. And so this is like very, old antique practice where addresses are public records. Even Josh says it in the body camera footage. His address is easily locatable because it's public. So this is all public information. However, thankfully, it does appear as though they have redacted the number. Making Law Simple said, what kind of 911 service do they have down there where you have to sit on hold for 30 minutes? I'm wondering. Maybe he called the non-emergency line. He said it's not an emergency. Someone's on a trail with a gun and just shot your window out and that's not an emergency? Then what the hell is an emergency? My God.
And is your family home with you right now?
We're all here, yeah. But, I'm not that worried, and I don't know.
Well, just for your safety,
obviously,
you and your family away from any windows or doors until the officers get there and you speak with them.
Right.
Oh, hell, the whole house is windows. Anyway, okay.
If something else happens or they shoot out another window or anything.
It's like he called the police, then he got aggravated with the police for giving him advice to stay safe. I'm not that worried about it. It's like, Dan, they didn't call you.
You call us immediately and let us know, but we're getting officers to your residence.
Oh, okay.
Could you see the
All right,
person
thank
or
you.
remember what they might have looked like?
Right. Let's get a description. What did they
I
look
actually wasn't here. I was up in
He wasn't here? Okay, the story's falling apart at the seams.
Farmington, and so, yeah, the people here all saw him. There were several people that looked at him.
Are
And they
able to
had
give
binoculars.
We're going to have to go back to the beginning and listen to this whole thing again for sure at least one time, because Dan is saying he wasn't here. He didn't see him. Didn't he say in the beginning he did?
description of what that person looked like?
What do they look like, Dan?
I think so. I think they will.
Are you
And
able to
they
give me
took
that
a look at.
description?
So the person who saw the people didn't call the cops. Somebody else called the cops. Got it. Who
Am
wasn't
I
even
able
there?
to what?
Can you give me the description of what the person looked like?
There were 3 or 4 people. Hold on just a second. Let me get the
Let me get my story straight real quick.
people that were doing. I've got people out there working in my on my deck, and they were standing up there watching them, and these people sat there for, I guess, a half hour or so, and they were they had binoculars looking at people working.
That's his phone.
Hello,
connection.
I'm sorry, your phone cut out. Dan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I've got the police on the phone. Okay. She would like to know, can you provide a description of the people that were up there?
Not really. There was 3 individuals, and all you could see was like the tops of their heads. I know one I could see was wearing a dark helmet, it looked like, and one was wearing a backpack.
Okay, look, listen. I do think it is possible someone was sneaking around in the woods looking at Dan McNeff's house, which is not a crime, by the way. People can look at someone's house. You can look at someone's house if you're on the hill. Now, if they were using the binoculars to look inside a private space or something like that, I think even that is protected. That's why you're supposed to put curtains and blinds up so nobody can see inside your house. But I can't describe what these people looked like to you. One of them had on a black helmet. This is the worker.
Can you hear this,
Yes, I did.
How
ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
how could you see? Yeah, exactly. And he was wearing a backpack, but you could only see the tops of their heads. How could you see the backpack if you could only see the tops?
I've got the police on the phone. Okay. She would like to know, can you provide a description of the people that were up there?
Not really. There was 3 individuals, and all you could see was like the tops of their heads. I know one I could see was wearing a dark helmet, it looked like, and one was wearing a backpack.
But he could only see the tops of their heads.
Can you hear this,
Yes, I did.
ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
I heard him. Hold on just 1 second.
They're
both my phone and didn't hear me.
they're bringing police over right now. What's that?
And I just want to make sure that
I'm going to have to, like, offline, I'm going to have to play this over and over and try to hear that background stuff, what they're saying back there.
Can you hear this,
yes, I did.
ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
I heard him. Hold on just 1 second.
They're
both my phone and didn't hear me.
they're bringing police over right now. What's that?
And I just want to make sure that none of the workers were injured. Is that correct?
Something about when I took the picture, that'll give you a rough estimate of when they were out there.
No, nobody was injured.
Okay.
But, given the call over the weekend, it's just,
It's not, such a thing as coincidence.
Yeah, tell them it was around 11:30 p.m.
it was 11:30 p.m. when it happened.
When you got the call
11:30 p.m. Oh, when he got the supposed death threat?
or when they shot your window out?
Well, and they shot the window.
11:30 at night? How on earth could you see people on a hill with a backpack and a helmet at 11:30 at night? Now it's 11. I don't know what time or what day this call came in, by the way. It's not let's see, 13, 20, 43 hours. This is about 1 p.m. He must have meant AM. None of the timeline adds up. Oh my God, the Reddit is going to have a field day on these facts that don't add up.
So that was at 11:30
I
this
got
morning?
the call on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought his window got shot out 30 minutes ago. Now it was on Saturday in the middle of the night? Dang. Ammon's ability to keep a story straight he must get from his daddy.
So, Dan, what I need to verify, so when the incident occurred today,
Right.
did that occur at 11:30 or did it happen 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, I thought it was 30 minutes ago. It looks like it was more like an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
So
Ammon acts just like this.
I
He wants out. He wants to back out. This story is not holding water.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
We're going to have to listen to this over again.
Give me one moment.
This, I did have to pay money for this. And, requesters have to pay money for these things.
Did anyone see
Okay.
what type of weapon they might have been using?
No. I asked him.
Okay. All right, Dan, we're going to have
It
officers
looks
come
like it's a
and
BB gun.
it looks like, okay. We have an officer en
A
route
BB
to
gun.
come and speak with you about this, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
then.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Y'all.
Bye-bye.
We need a full forensic report on this thing. All right. What? Y'all. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the body cam. I'll let this play again. I just worry about that address. If I'm not paying attention, I don't want to play the address.
And dispatch, how may I help you?
Hi. Yes, this is Dan McNeff, MCNEFF. And a couple, my sons own Bricks and Minifigs, and they've been embroiled in this big online controversy. Some people looking online have discovered that they're my sons. I haven't had anything really to do with them for 5 years. Not that I didn't want to, but they.
This cuts out on its own.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I am here. Your phone had cut out for a moment. So what's going on today
Okay.
that you need assistance with?
Well, I got a death threat over the weekend,
And he doesn't
and
even
somebody
describe
shot
that.
out my window just now.
Okay. What is your address?
It's 14832
Gosh.
Vintage View Lane in Draper.
Sorry. I can't do two things at once.
1483.
It's a public record anyway, but I'm just trying to be overly cautious. Oh shoot, hold on. Don't worry, I'll go back.
Line trail goes.
I'm trying to get the body cam uploaded right now in the back end.
And how long ago did someone drive by and shoot out your window?
Well, they didn't drive by. They're standing.
They're standing. They are standing. Now, later in the call, it's going to be, it happened at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday. Then it's going to get changed to, it happened an hour and a half ago. They're standing on the trail. They're standing. The story does keep changing. This man is a comfortable liar, it seems.
On a trail. My house up is the Bonneville Shoreline Trail goes up past
So
my
did
house,
you see the person from your house?
and on a trail,
Hold on.
Ridgeview Lane.
And how long ago did someone drive by and shoot out your window?
Well, they didn't drive by. They're standing on a trail. My house up is the Bonneville Shoreline Trail goes up past
So
my house.
did you see the person from your
And
house?
not now. They've gone, but we could see them.
They've gone. Like, he gets to be aggravated after he is saying some nonsensical shit. They're standing on the trail. Okay. Can you see them? Not now. Well, bitch, why'd you say they standing on the trail? How you know they standing there then? You don't get to holler at people like they the stupid one when you saying stupid stuff.
Yeah,
And how long ago did you see them up on the trail?
it's been a half hour.
How long ago did you see them on the trail? Must have been a half hour. Actually turned out to be it was an hour and a half ago, maybe it was 11:30 p.m. the other night. Then it turns into I wasn't here, it was the yard worker that saw them. But now she said, when did you see them on the trail? He has no problem correcting her. When she said, when did they drive by and shoot out your window? He said they didn't drive by, they were on the trail. So when she said, when did you see him or them on the trail? He should have said, I didn't see him. My yard worker saw him or whatever.
I've been on
And
hold
is
for
there
25
anyone in
minutes.
your home that is injured?
No, nobody's injured. There's no injuries. Not an emergency. People just felt like I needed to call and report it. And I guess there's some concern.
Did he just say people just felt like I needed to call and report it? Hold on. I'm trying to get this body cam. Okay. It's like they got me locked out of my account. I'm trying to get the body cam. Okay, let me go to the download link. Okay, I think I might have gotten it. I think I might have gotten it. Okay, I think it's downloading. Don't hold your breath.
And I have my wife. I have some kids and grandkids here. I don't know what to do.
We're going to send an officer to your
I guess
residence. Dan, what is your phone number? And is your family home with you right now?
we're all here, yeah, but I'm not that worried, and I don't know.
Well, just for your safety,
Obviously,
make
it
sure
was,
that you and your family away from any windows or doors until the officers get there and you speak with them.
Get away from the
well,
window.
hell, the whole house is windows. Anyway, okay.
If something else happens or they shoot out another window or anything, you call us immediately and let us know. But we're getting officers to your residence.
Okay.
Could you see the
All right,
person
thank
or
you.
remember what they might have looked like?
I actually wasn't here. I was up in Farmington, and so yeah, the people here all saw him. There were several people that looked at him,
Y'all.
Are they
and they
able to
had
give a
binoculars.
description of what that person looked like?
I think so.
I got the
And
body
they
cam.
they will.
Are you
And
able to
they
give me
took
that
a look at.
description?
Am I able to what?
Can you give me the description of what the person looked like?
There were 3 or 4 people. Hold on just a second. Let me get the people that were doing. I've got people out there working in my on my deck, and they were standing up there watching them, and these people sat there for I guess a half hour or so, and they were they had binoculars looking at people working.
Hello, I'm sorry, your phone cut out. Dan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I've got the police on the phone, and she would like to know, can you provide a description of the people that were up there?
Not really. There was 3
I mean,
individuals, and all you could see was like the tops of their heads. I know one I could see was wearing a dark helmet, it looked like, and one was wearing a backpack.
Can you hear this?
Yes, I did.
He saw the tops of their heads and
Ma'am?
only, but
Yes,
about
I
Okay.
heard him. Hold on just 1 second.
They're
both my phone.
they're bringing police over right now.
He did not want them cops coming over.
What's that?
And I just want to make sure that none of the workers were injured. Is that correct?
No, nobody was injured.
Okay.
But, given the call over the weekend, it's just,
It's not.
Yeah.
Such a thing as coincidence.
Yeah, tell them it was around 11:30 p.m.
it was 11:30 p.m.
The yard guy said it's just so many coincidences, or it's just too many coincidences. His services seems to be
When it
bad.
happened.
When you got the call or when they shot your window out?
Well, and they shut the window.
Now we do have body cam. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen it, but it is 20 minutes long. We're going to watch it next, and then we'll be able to compare that with this story.
So that was at 11:30 this
I got
morning?
the call on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, so Dan, what I need to verify, so when the incident occurred,
Listen to him going, like, he's just, Dan, when you said 30 minutes ago someone shot your window out and they're still standing on the trail. Now it's Saturday someone did that. What?
today, did that occur at 11:30 or did it happen 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, I thought it was 30 minutes ago. It looks like it was more like an hour and a half ago.
Okay,
So yeah.
okay. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment. Did anyone see
Okay.
what type of weapon they might have been using?
No. I asked them.
Okay. All right, Dan, we're going to have
It
officers
looks
come
like it's a
and
BB gun.
It looks like it's
like,
a BB
okay.
gun. How could you
we
possibly?
have an officer en
A
route
BB
to
gun.
come and speak with you about this, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
then. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Somebody said, does
Bye-bye.
this man know what day of the week it is? Girl, what was that? Okay, let me get the body cam. We got the body cam now. So let me remove this one. Savvy Turtle did it again? Surely it wasn't another 50. This can't be the third. I think my thing is lagging. Thank you for that, Savvy Turtle. Thank you to Declan McIntyre. Oh my gosh, could you be any more Irish? Shout out to the Irish cousins. Thank you for the new, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, $2. Thank you for the $2 bling Auntie 911 call. See, what had happened was Thank you, Tony, for the $4.99. Have a good 4th of July. All hail the queen of YouTube. Yes. Thank you to Player Profit for the $5 Canadian. This is me, actually. I dissociate when I have to tell the whole narrative up front. Girl, you and Dan do not need to be doing the spokespersoning for the police. Let the person who saw it call the police. Is there body cam footage of them responding? Yes, and I have it. I have it pulled up right now. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We're about to watch it. Thank you, Josie, for the $4.99 for the body cam fund. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, not people on a trail. I know, they naming the people on the trail with a helmet and a backpack. Girl, I can't believe it. Thank you for the $2. Whose grandkids is it? Oh, girl, wait, hold on. True. Well, maybe he got a new wife or a new girlfriend or whatever. So I think maybe it was her, maybe her grandkids. Thanks so much to Sneaky Side. Thanks so much to Tangential for the $4.99. They were working at 11:30 p.m. The story's all over the place, truly. Thank you to Mark for the $10 super chat. Legally Mime, LLP.com. We do things differently too. Thank you for becoming a new member. And thank you so much again to Savvy Turtle for the 2 or possibly 3 rounds of 50 memberships. I don't know if my thing just lagged or if you actually gave another 50. Either way, thank you so much. Okay, here's the body cam. We got it. Now, I did have time to kind of scrub through a little bit on the back end, and it does appear as though they have blurred some stuff out. So hopefully they did do, redacting all the necessary things. Right. Some of the information in the recording has been classified as private information, and so the release would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy, and this private information has been redacted. Okay, so that's what they say. Anything having to do with a minor was also redacted. So hopefully they actually did do that, and we're not going to have to be doing live attempts at redactions. Oh my gosh, my heart is kind of beating like kind of fast. Can we get some likes for the body cam footage?
Never had anybody call on that before.
Okay, where's the shout out?
So what's going
Oh man, it's kind of loud, huh? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful home. The landscaping is immaculate. Maybe they were landscaping at 11:30, girl.
on? Sorry about this mess. Come on in.
Oh my God, can you imagine? First of all, what I will say is this guy has a much better, wow, look how pristine. Look how pristine. He's got the grass being watered. He's got shoes on. Wow, I will say he definitely presents a lot better than than his American Fork counterparts, I'll say.
What's that?
Yeah, where did
It's
this
in the
happen?
back here. If you guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from.
Oh, your car's back there and it happened back there?
No, it wasn't in a car. It's the house window.
Oh, the house window.
It was the house window they shot.
He said the big picture window. So this is on June 10th, about 1:40 p.m. Utah time. June 10th. So a little less than a month ago, about 3 weeks ago.
In the back. Yeah, okay.
Come on, Brookie.
Brookie.
And
look at that
who
cute
saw it?
doggy.
Oh, I've got some workers here.
Okay, so they're going to mute anything and blur anything inside the house, which is fine. There's nothing that happened and was reported inside the house anyway. They're just walking through the house to get to the back where the alleged window incident took place.
Some of the guys, they were up there working on this deck.
Okay, so they're doing construction, so he might need a new window anyway.
And
I'm reporting this to the insurance company.
Hello.
there were, I guess, 3 guys that were sitting out here on the trail, the Bonneville Furlong Trail.
Stop it. You mean to tell me a BB was shot from the top of that damn mountain to this house and shot the window out? Let me see the window. Let me see the freaking window.
And so they sat there. They sat for about a half hour just looking at our house.
So?
And they had binoculars. They were staring at us with it. And
Dan.
Sorry.
It's okay. No,
It's
it's
been-
okay.
He should have stayed out of this. He should have stayed out of this. Now he's crying.
About a half hour just looking at our house, and they had binoculars. They were staring at us with it, and that
He, girl,
sorry.
It's okay.
is he crying or he's at a loss for words because he knows this story don't make no damn sense?
No, it's okay.
A very stressful time.
Okay.
My son's an idiot.
Oh.
He said, sorry, it's been a very stressful time with tears in his eyes. My son's an idiot. Please. My son's an idiot, girl. This made me feel bad for this lion-ass Dan.
A very stressful time.
Okay.
My son's an idiot.
Oh.
That's fine. He is an idiot. There's, and then I don't know.
My son's an idiot. He is an idiot. And then, and God damn it.
Now we got the American Police Department all caught up, and you've heard about it. The bricks and minifigs things where the AFD. Yeah.
So the cop's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. The man needs to be checked in the brain.
But, well,
You
it's
haven't?
good for you. Yeah, you're not online then, because it's a big deal.
I try not to be online.
It's been covered by all three news channels here. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
covered by the New York Times. It was even on TMZ apparently last night.
Oh, God forbid.
It's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
So people online are
It's been covered by the New York Times. It was even on TMZ. I wouldn't have expected the hierarchy to go that direction.
really upset with my sons, and they're blaming me.
Okay.
And I got a death threat over the weekend.
Okay, tell
And
us
did
about
you
that.
did you
I
call
tried
that in?
calling, but I couldn't get through. I got that non-emergency line, and I was working.
Okay.
I was on the phone for about an hour before I finally gave up.
Okay. Well,
I got the
If
phone
you get a death threat, you should call 911. I'm just saying. Yeah, he did say sons, plural.
number.
okay. So I'm gonna have you fill out a statement about the death threat,
Okay.
and then put all your information on top. Statement about the death threat, and then what happened today, and sign and date it. And then do you guys have another pen? I only have one. Oh, no, I have one. Never mind. And then if you want to did you see it?
See what?
The
Yeah,
people kind of, yeah. Just put your information here. You were working on the house, or what you saw, and sign and date it. And then that's where they shot. I wonder if they thought you were.
Where's the window? Is that the shot out window right there? That's what we're going with?
You were working on the house, or what you saw,
This?
and sign and date it. And then that's where they shot.
I want that
I
picture.
wonder if they thought you were.
Hold on. I want to I'm just writing down other things I want to request. I want that picture she's taken. That's the evidence. The cop does not care. She's like, no, I don't watch the news and the internet. I don't care what they're doing over there.
And then if you want to did you see it?
See what?
The
Yeah, kind of.
people kind of, yeah. Just put your information here. You were working on the house, or what you saw, and sign and date it. And then that's where they shot. I wonder if they thought you were.
Well, what is? And I told Dan this.
They're all sighing. Like, they know they don't really have a good, like,
Okay.
So it's only speculation
Uh-huh.
that it was somebody on the hill,
Okay.
right? That's all it is.
Okay.
We cannot say for sure whether it was us with what we're doing,
Okay.
or it could be a sniper went on the hill because it's
a
what we saw.
sniper.
But
Okay.
I can just put down what I saw.
Just what you saw is fine.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. What were you, did anything like fly off when you guys?
So that's kind of what's unclear.
Okay.
Is we were cutting
Yeah.
too far away.
So this guy is saying that he was shot at, like he was actually working on it when he was like right by it and they shot at the window. Like that's pretty serious. And if that happened, that's scary. And I'm just kind of like, why didn't he call and say someone just shot at my worker? Hi, my sons are involved in what the
So it's only speculation
Uh-huh.
that it was somebody on the hill.
Okay.
Right, that's all it is.
Okay.
We cannot say for sure whether it was us with what we're doing.
There it is. The contractor himself said I don't know if it was somebody on the hill or not. I can't say for sure. Maybe I broke the damn window. But now I bet you they're going to get a good insurance claim from the BB gun shooter. Story.
Well, what is?
He knows he broke that window.
And I told Dan this.
Okay.
So it's only speculation
Uh-huh.
that it was somebody on the hill.
Okay.
Right, that's all it is.
Okay.
That's why in the 911 call, somebody said, it's just a lot of coincidences. He said it's only speculation it was somebody on the hill.
Okay.
We cannot say for sure whether it was us with what we're doing,
Okay.
Girl.
or it could be a sniper went on the hill because that's what we saw.
It could have been
But-
us. It could have been us. We might have broke the window. I don't know. Or maybe possibly a sniper. What? You were there. What do you mean you can't say for sure? Let me go back a little further.
Okay.
And then put all your information on top. Statement about the death.
Isn't it interesting though? Now Dan McNeff gets to go write a post on Facebook about how he's getting death threats and his window got shot out as if it is a fact. But now we're hearing from the actual police record that they didn't say it was a fact. They're like, oh, it could have been us. Could have been the contractor who's doing construction on the house actively.
Threat, and then what happened today. And
Was it 30 minutes ago? Was it an hour and a half ago? Or was it 11:30 at night on Saturday? Girl, we still didn't find out.
sign and date it.
But I do know, I'm pretty sure a false police report is a crime.
And do you guys have another pen? I only have one. Oh, no, I have one. Never mind. And then if you want to did you see it?
See what?
The
See what?
people kind of, yeah. Just put your information here. You were working on the house or what you saw and sign and date it. And then that's where they shot. I wonder if they thought you were.
Well, what is?
This guy, he's not able to go along with this. He's not.
And I told Dan this.
Okay.
So it's only speculation
Uh-huh.
that it was somebody on the hill.
Okay.
Right, that's all it is.
Okay.
We cannot say for sure whether it was us with what we're doing,
Okay.
or it could be a sniper went on the hill because that's what we saw. But
Okay.
A sniper glint on the hill? Glint? What is he saying? Sniper what on the hill?
I can just put down what I saw.
Y'all, we are 3 minutes, 52 seconds into this 20 minutes. We're going to get so many stories. I feel it.
What you saw is fine.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. What were you, did anything like fly off when you guys?
So that's kind of what's unclear.
Okay.
Okay. Can I zoom in? Okay, maybe y'all can just pause and zoom in. I'll take a screenshot too. We can zoom in on later. I mean, this house is beautiful. That is one thing I can say. That is a gorgeous house. Look at those bricks, or whatever it is, stones.
Is we were cutting
Yeah.
too far away for a rock to hit that high,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're cutting all the way down here.
Yeah.
Projectilely, it's going to go here into this window,
Yeah.
and if it was going to fly that far up in there, there would be a big.
I want somebody to do a full forensic report. Did it go from outside? Did it go from inside? He's saying, look, we were cutting rocks down there, but it don't make sense that a rock would have ricocheted up to that window and broken it. That's crazy. These windows are built to withstand serious weather, especially this high up on mountains. There's storms, there's wind.
Nick off the window, not
Yeah.
a straight line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there any BBs or anything, dude?
No, you look, but it's so dirty in there that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's dirty in there?
I'm gonna go around the other side, inside.
So any conversation she has inside the house is not going to be on the body cam, unfortunately. So this sucks.
Right.
Anything inside the home is not going to get caught. Should I ask her to come outside? The police do seem very professional here, I will say. Okay, she's back out.
So when I was down here on the deck with a bandsaw, cut, right? The way I was cutting and where I
Hold on. Okay. We have the other guy's body cam too, I guess. So we'll take a look at that as well and hear this. Oh, it's an hour long. Girl, okay, well, brick by brick.
was cutting, doesn't make sense for a rock to break that high and that far adjacent to where I'm cutting.
And where were you exactly?
Careful.
Careful, telling the construction worker
I
careful.
was right here
I'm calling OSHA. He better put on a harness.
cutting along this beam, right? Way down here. So
Stop. He was cutting along that beam right there and the window broke and they said it was a sniper.
that's a pretty hard trajectory for a pebble to go.
And he did see guys out there with binoculars, right? Looking over here?
On
I
Saturday.
can't say whether they were binoculars.
Okay.
I can't, like I said,
Okay.
I do have very good vision. But where they were exactly was, you see the orange flag up there?
No.
Yes.
Way up there?
Yeah.
So
all
the
you
BB
could
gun-
see-
The BB gun from way up here. Y'all are funny. Y'all are very funny. Y'all should sign up for open mic night, comedy night.
was like the top of their head to here.
Okay.
And while I'm working, I just keep seeing glint. And I looked, and I would keep looking up there, and it would just,
Okay.
So it was somebody flashing like a mirror. What is that? Like he says, keeps seeing glint.
could be binoculars, could be a spotting scope. It's just,
Yeah, yeah.
What is the Nazi Iron Cross? I guess it could be a West Coast Choppers. Uh-oh. Now I can't escape out of this full screen. Hold on. I'm stuck in full screen. Oh no. My keyboard's not working. Oh God. I'm all hemmed up here. Okay, hold on. I'll pull it back up. Interesting. Interesting, because actually there were 2 body cam requests, and I'm not going to say who. Basically, I requested, and I had one other person request. I'm not going to say who because I don't want them to target this person. But I had another person request this same exact thing that I requested. They sent the other person both body cams, but not me. And they sent the other person both police reports, but not me, even though I asked for all of it. So, I don't want to give quite exactly too much praise to this police department because it does seem like maybe they were picking and choosing who they sent the public records to. And this is the reason why in Utah there is a law that says you don't have to provide your information, your identity, or the reason why you're requesting stuff to the police, and it's because they discriminate. If they think it's, a YouTuber, because for some reason we apparently are afforded less rights than everybody else, then they'll only send you half the shit you ask for. But if somebody else asks for it who's not a YouTuber, then they'll send it all to them. I find that to be discrimination. I find that to be unlawful. I find that to be against the law. So, yeah, I requested it, but I didn't provide my ID, and I cited the law. They wanted my government issued ID. I said, no, I don't have to provide that to you. It's very clear under the law. And, yeah, they closed out my request too. It's not like oh, they're still working on it. No, they closed it out. What did they send me? This body cam we're watching right now, and the 911 call. That's it. That's what they sent me. From my knowledge, I could be, I did just get all this stuff on live right now. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe maybe I'm falsely reporting. I'll let y'all know in the next video. But from what I can tell, they sent me way less stuff than the other person who requested. Yeah, seriously, why are they still out there? Betty said, I would seek shelter. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you so much to Pyrex for the $4.99. Grandkid shot the window out accidentally. Report it for an insurance claim, LLC. Thank you, Zero, for the $5. I bet a neighbor kid shot the window with a BB gun. I don't think so. I think this guy just told us what happened. He was using the saw right near the window, and then the window busted out. And it just so happened there was somebody on the hill, maybe looking at their house, maybe with binoculars, but no one can really say they saw that. Dan McNeff didn't see it. He said he wasn't there. He said it happened 30 minutes ago. He'd been on the phone on hold for 30 minutes. Oh no, just kidding. It happened actually an hour and a half ago. Oh no, wait, hold on. It happened maybe at 11:30 on Saturday. What? There's too many. It don't add up. I don't think anybody shot that window. I think that man broke it with that saw and something ricocheted and hit that window. Thank you, Kitty, for the $2 super chat. Lovely house built on a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. They say they're a legitimate business. Thank you, Chomper Fly, for the $2. Only able to see tops of heads from that view. I wouldn't be able to see nothing. Thanks so much again for the $2 again. A BB gun would not shoot out a whole huge window. I know. I think that glass is supposed to be like a windshield. Thank you so much to Savvy Turtle. YouTube cuts you off at 150 gifts at one time. It won't let me gift anymore. Gotta go to work. Everyone have an amazing and safe 4th of July. Thank you so much for the 150 gifts, the $5, the $20. Savvy Turtle made it rain today. Thank you. Happy 4th. Thank you, Kirsty, for the $5.55. Reminds me of when people leave their abusers, therefore exposing them, and said abusers manufacture an emergency to garner sympathy and attention. It does remind me of that. Thank you, Abraham, for the $1.99. Didn't he say the workers were doing yard work? Yes, he did. Not construction. That's another misleading statement, in my opinion. Thank you, Jamie, for the $5 super chat. Someone needs to get an interview with that worker. I'm saying. He probably went along with it because he didn't want to charge this on his insurance. Thank you to Inara for becoming a new member. Thank you to John Kersley for the £2 super chat. Still outside working. Take cover for F's sake. Right. The bullet is flying hard enough to bust out a window and y'all are just standing out there. What? Thanks so much to Fly Chomper for the $5. BB damage to glass, if it made it to that distance, would make spidery cracks from a center impact point. Hope the police check. Me too. And I hope they criminally charge anybody who made false statements. Thank you, Savvy Turtle, for the $5 super chat. McNeff's watched too many action movies. Anyone knows that Hollywood is not real life. Worker is implying a sniper scope like Hollywood. Give me a break. Totally, Savvy Turtle. Completely.
Very good vision, but where they were exactly was, you see the orange flag up there?
Yes.
Way up there?
Yeah.
So all you could see was like the top of their head to here.
Okay.
And while I'm working, I just keep seeing glint. And I looked, and I would keep looking up there, and it would just...
Okay.
Could be binoculars, could be a spotting scope. It's just,
Yeah,
you know how it goes.
yeah. All right.
No, I don't.
That-
I don't know how it goes. I've never thought there might be a sniper on the hill. I have no idea how it goes.
Zip nail heads.
So
Over here.
those are all recent, and all the ones that we've just cut, we've had.
What did the cops say? There seemed to be a bunch of zip nail heads.
Could be binoculars, could be a spotting scope.
Look at the cop
It's
over there.
just-
Shout out to that cop doing an actual investigation. That man ain't scared. He is on the roof. He ain't tied off. He ain't worried about no OSHA. Look at him. Shout out to that cop. I got it. Look, I got to give it to that guy. Look at him. He's actually looking and investigating. He's actually looking.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Just put that in there.
There's tons of zip nail heads.
So
There's tons of zip nail heads. What is that? Zip nail head. What does that mean? Self-piercing. Let me see. Hold on. What is a zip nail? Okay. It says a zip nail typically refers to the fasteners used for a zip system sheathing, which is a popular engineered wood panel with a built-in. This cop does his own work. You could tell this man knows exactly what he's looking at. It's a popular engineered wood panel with a built-in water and air barrier. So he's saying, well, you were over here with the zip nail gun or the zip nailing, the zip system.
Over here.
those are all recent, and all the ones that we've just cut, we've had a piece of this cardboard up doing it.
Can a nail gun shoot through a picture window? Can a nail gun shoot through a window? Yes, a nail gun can easily shoot a nail through a standard single pane glass. What about a dashboard? No, what's it called? Not a dashboard. Windshield. Yes. According to the AI overview. Let's see. Let me go to the YouTube video where it's shooting.
Peter Piper's pep.
I'm going to go to shooting a window with a nail gun on YouTube and see if there's been an experiment that has happened in that regard. I'm fact checking in real time.
Contact fraud!
Oh my word. Okay, hold on. Urban survival principle, automobile glass. Okay, hold on. Nail gun shoot through glass. Okay. Wow. There's a very relevant video on YouTube called Can a Nail Gun Shoot Through Bulletproof Glass? Let's see. Or defeat.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching. Well, I just got caught in a huge rainstorm coming out here to set up for this video, but it looks like it's almost done, so we're gonna try to go ahead and get this going. But today we are back with another video on the powder actuated nail gun. So it's been a little while since we've had this thing out, and it's managed to impress me in literally every video that we've done. So I thought we would get it back out today and add another video to the list. And this is one that I'm definitely excited for, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. And here it is. This is the Ramset powder actuated nail gun. This is the same one we always use, and obviously these things are designed to defeat really hard barriers like steel, concrete, etc. So today we're gonna test this thing on bulletproof glass and a couple other things that are literally designed to stop.
If I have any keen construction type of familiar people in the chat, when we go back to the body cam, I want y'all to look around and tell me if you see any actual nail guns anywhere around there.
Bullets, because believe it or not, these nail guns actually defeat hard barriers better than a lot of bullets do. This ought to be interesting. All right, so first up, we're gonna try the bulletproof jacket. So this was sent to me by Bulletproof Everyone. I will do more videos on this in the future, obviously, but this is just a really cool jacket that actually has 3A body armor panels all throughout the inside. So I'm gonna try to open this up for you guys to see without it.
I don't care.
It's supposed to.
Can you get to the glass?
And corkscrew like that. You can see it definitely stuck into the plate. So it went into that after seeing that, there's bullet holes all over it. Definitely been put through its target. Plus it would probably break my wrist if I tried it. All right, time for the moment of truth and the one that I'm most excited for, the bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
So here's our bulletproof glass. You can see that we have shot the out of this thing. There's bullet holes all over it.
Okay, so the bulletproof glass is already compromised.
Definitely been put through its paces, but this section right here is pretty much untouched, and that's probably where I'm going to try to put that nail through it. So over here, You can see how thick this stuff is. I would say it's 1.5 inches thick. I don't know if you guys can see those layers, but I believe there's 5 layers to this stuff, and it's kind of unique bulletproof glass because it's technically not glass. It feels like it's made out of some sort of plastic, and it stops.
YouTube user said you would need to see someone firing a nail gun from a distance with regular glass. Why? How do we know it was from a distance? Nothing else these people have said is true. So how do I know he wasn't right up on it? We don't. Like, they're not credible. He can't even keep his story straight. So I would just want to know, is it possible in any way for the nail gun to shoot through bulletproof glass? I wasn't there. They might have been right there up on the zip heads are right there. So he was right there with the nail gun. So why would he take the nail gun downstairs and shoot from a distance? He wouldn't. Why? Why would he do that? If someone's trying to make a hole in something and they already are right there with the zip gun heads, why wouldn't they just, maybe the intrusive thoughts won. I mean, we don't know who this contractor is. Maybe Dan went out there. Seems like anybody and everybody can just walk out on that roof. The cops out there.
Every pistol round that I've tried. Rifles do get through it, but through a lot of pistol rounds, barely. But can it stop a powder actuated nail gun? Let's find out. All right, the biggest nail we got is the 2.5 inch nails, but this is obviously more than enough to get through that bulletproof glass if it's powerful enough. And of course, for this one, I'm gonna use the yellow 22 blank again, since it's the strongest one I got. Put my glasses on and let's see what it does.
Let's see. Straight through. But bulletproof glass, it just went straight through. It didn't bust a hole.
Wow. Straight through it.
Damn. And the nail stayed there. Now, this is bulletproof glass. Obviously, this is, well, I don't know, obviously, but most likely this bulletproof glass is not what the window is made out of. It's probably some reinforced glass, probably bulletproof. Could be, I don't know.
This might not surprise a lot of you guys as much as it did
I'm
me,
surprised.
but that
Crazy.
is freaking impressive, dude. Look how easily that nail went straight through.
It's a strong nail, too.
That bulletproof
it didn't bend
glass.
up.
That's so interesting.
It's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Okay, let's go back to the body cam. Now, I do have the 2 police reports as well. We're going to read them after this iteration of the body cam. Let's get back to the body cam. Where we left off, Mr. Cop was doing an actually investigating. Shout out to these cops. They're actually investigating. It's incredible.
Okay.
Could be binoculars, could be a spotting scope. It's just,
Yeah.
you know how it goes.
Yeah. All right.
Now, y'all that know about nail guns and stuff, just, you know, I can't make the brightness go up any brighter, I don't believe. Yeah, it's all the way up as much as it'll go. Look around here. Let me know. Does any of this look like it's a nail gun? Any of this look like it's a zip nail, something, this, that?
That in there.
I'll pause it here. Let me know.
There's tons of zip nail heads.
So
Tons of zip nail heads.
those are all recent, and all the ones that we've just cut, we've had a piece of this cardboard up doing it.
So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is there's tons of nail heads over here that were clearly cut.
Yeah. We just did that with the cardboard in front of all the windows. Because after this shattered, like I said, could have been us, could have been something else.
All right. Well, it's you know, it's our job to like look at it and figure out whether or not somebody like intentionally damaged or it was accidentally damaged. And
that's why we're being forthright. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's hard.